What's up, everybody? My name is Lee Shaner, and you're tuned into You Feel Me. No?
I'm like trying to play cool, but inside I'm like, ah.
About everything right now?
Oh, just camera stuff and people stuff. And
yeah, talking to me. I was very intimidating, I'm sure.
dude, it's the beard.
Yeah, I know.
I said it.
It'll bite. Yeah, this is a new phenomenon for you, right? Like, you're in a new career. You're at the beginning.
Yeah.
But things are already taking off.
It's going.
Things are happening.
It's weird being in it now.
Yeah.
You spend so much time like wanting to get there.
Dreaming of it?
And then it's like when it's happening, you're like, oh, it is, huh?
Yeah. How has it been different than what you dreamed of? Just
like now that it's getting there, I have to maintain that.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's more to lose, and like it's the best job in the world. I love skateboarding, but now I need to like film and go to these events and like show face and just be a professional. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. People tell you when you're young to like have goals and achieve goals, but they forget to tell you that like once you achieve those goals, you got to make more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In my head, I'm not a professional or whatever. I'm just still a kid that skates.
Yeah, right.
That's why I'm just like, oh, okay.
How old were you when you became pro?
See, like, I don't even know. Like, I feel like women skateboarding, there's not many of us. So it's like, for the dudes, you have like the AM contest and the pro contest, and you can kind of go by there. There's not many women in these contests.
And then you
anything,
like get a deck, and that's when you're pro, or what?
That's in my head when you're pro.
Yeah.
But
do you have a deck yet?
No.
Oh, girl, you wait. You stop.
Well,
no,
I know.
I don't know.
If I don't even know, honestly. I just go to the contest, and they're the pro contest. I'm like, oh, okay,
so
I guess I'm here.
Yeah, so you've qualified for the pro contest.
But in my skater heart, it's not until you get the board.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
That's when it's like,
Yeah, how long have you been dreaming of getting your own board?
Shoot. I mean, I want to say since I started, but not really. Like, I just skated because I love it. And like, and I guess now that dream is becoming more real, now I'm starting to think about it as a possibility. Yeah. And something to work towards. Yeah. But I definitely didn't step on my board like straight up and I'm like, okay, I want a pro board one day. I want to be a professional skater. Right. I was like, oh, where are we going to skate? Like, let's go skate flat in the front or something.
When did you start?
I want to say I was 12 in sixth grade.
In sixth grade. Yeah. And who was around you that was skating that had inspired you to pick up a deck? Well, my cousin like did like a heel flip one day, and I was like, oh, that's super cool. Yeah. But I had gotten a board and like I had no one really to skate with because homie didn't live there. And it was when in sixth grade I met my best friend Jade, and he was like, shout out Jade Abello, I love you. Bang. But like it was just cool though, because like he had a board, I had a board, and that's literally how we became friends. I was like, do you know how to do a kickflip? Like, and none of us knew, so like he learned the kickflip, then I had to keep up. I was like, oh shit, I need to do the kickflip. And this is in sixth grade? Yeah. Where at? Jersey City. In Jersey City. Jersey. Shout out Jersey as well. Jersey. That's where you're born and raised? Born in the Bronx, raised like 1 to 10 in Pennsylvania, and then 10 to 20 Jersey. But like my memory is in Jersey. You know? Yeah. Jersey feels like home. That's what you would claim. What made me the person I am today. But then when you were growing up in Jersey, were you like, I'm from Pennsylvania? No, that's the thing. I was always like, people would ask, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania. But what part of Pennsylvania? I love Pennsylvania. Shout out Pennsylvania too. But yeah, hey, shout out to my fam in Pennsylvania. Poconos, Bethlehem. Hey, you're really from Freemansburg? You're from Bethlehem? Yeah. Hey, that's where my grandmother used to have a house. That's sick. Yeah. It's different over there. Have we talked about this or no? My family is from Easton, Pennsylvania. Yeah. Yeah. I think you mentioned it, but I never went into my specifics. So you're from you spent some time in Bethlehem in the Poconos. Yeah. And before that, I was right next to Camelback Mountain. Yeah. I never went once, but we would borrow the snow tubes because the fence was literally right there. No shit. And they'd come back and grab it. So it was funny. Yeah. Nice. How'd you guys end up in Pennsylvania as a kid? My mom just moved there. Yeah. You know, just me and my mom, my sister. Yeah. And then my first brother was born, and then they like moved to Bethlehem, and then from Bethlehem went to Florida. And I was like, let me go to Jersey with Pops. You staying with your dad in Jersey? Yeah. Why didn't you want to go to Florida? I just like, Disney. But shout out Florida. Just, it's not my place. You know what, Florida? I'm not going to shout you out. I don't know. Florida's a strange place. It's a hectic place. It is a strange place. It's hot. The mosquitoes. It's not my vibe. Oh, jumping in the water is of no relief. The water's so warm. You know? Oh, I can't. No. So it's okay. But I'm a city girl for sure. Yeah. So I just couldn't part with that. So your mom and dad had a couple kids together or what? How many? Me and my sister. You and your sister. What's you guys' age difference? She's 28. So she older than you.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say how. You didn't have to. That right. Yeah, you didn't have to like put her on blast like that. You're like, oh yeah, she's like.
No, I put myself on blast. I'm like, do I have the right number?
Yeah, right. Like. So, and then what? They split up and you guys moved to Pennsylvania. How old were you? Young. 2.
Yeah, I don't remember. I was 1.
Yeah. Okay. I think, so you don't ever remember your folks being together, really?
No. Yeah. I think it's better that way. I was just like 2 Christmases.
Oh yeah, 2 Christmases. There you go.
There's a little dumb stuff like that.
Yeah, totally.
I think it made it easier not having that memory because I was like, oh, this is how.
Right. That's a tough memory to process as a child. So growing up within it is probably a little easier. Yeah. Did you have family in Pennsylvania? You grew up around cousins or grandmothers or anything?
Nah, just me and my mom, my sister, and then that was pretty much it. Yeah. Family.
Yeah, and what size town were you in? Like, were you in a big place, a small place? Was the school big?
It was. I mean, now that like I haven't visited in a long time, but like when I was like 16 or something, I feel like I went back. Yeah. And I was like, damn, it's just like bigger than I remember. But I don't know, it felt small back then because it's like you didn't have phones or anything like that. So it's like we grew up in this community cul-de-sac thing, and like there was a big ass. Can we say ass?
Yeah. You could say shit. You could say fuck.
Sick.
Turn up. Just don't drop the C word. It's not classy.
No. Yeah, I got that one. That's my favorite,
though. So you grew up in a cul-de-sac, and it was like a community environment where, like, everybody's outside playing and stuff?
Yeah, it's like I said, there was no phones and stuff, so you went to that field, and everyone was there after school, as long as they did their homework, and I did it on the bus and stuff just to get ahead. And
what was the game you guys would play in that field? I feel like every community has their game that they would play. We would play home run derby.
Sometimes we had a bat. Yeah. Sometimes we had a football. Sometimes, like, that's what I appreciate Pennsylvania for, because that was before skating came along, so that I was already a pretty active person. Yeah. So that was just like playing outside, every sport, like pick the teams, let's go, or let's go in the woods. Right. Like, got in touch with my nature side, I guess.
How was the town in Pennsylvania diverse, or were you one of the only brown kids around?
You know what's funny? I was a kid. I never thought about it, like ever until now, actually.
Well, shit. I'm sorry.
No. It's funny. No, it was definitely diverse though. I mean, I remember seeing like other Spanish people. It wasn't just like white kids and stuff. Yeah,
right. Did you grow up speaking Spanish as well? I'm not supposed to ask that.
No, it's something I don't regret it. I don't really regret much, but I do like want to learn Spanish because my folks and like my grandparents, I'd go to Puerto Rico. Yeah. Shout out Puerto Rico, and like
all my Boricuas out there.
Boricua power, and it's in me. I would understand, but I would answer in English because I was like embarrassed or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, like shy to mess up the words.
Yeah, or just like sound like Yeah.
Like, are both your folks Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they both speak.
Yeah.
Oh, you better start taking some lessons.
It's like I understand some. It's just like when I try to speak, I like feel like I sound silly, so I just don't. Well, but I gotta get over it.
You know what you could do? Just every time you call mom or dad, make them speak in Spanish and make you speak back, and in no time you will be forced to learn.
I think so. Drop me off in Puerto Rico and just.
That's another goal that you could achieve. You know what I'm saying? Another goal. Yeah, immerse yourself in the language. Exactly.
That's how I learn things best, when I'm like, forced or like I'm in there.
Yeah, like when Jade learned to do a kickflip, then you felt forced like you had to do it.
No, exactly. Yeah. We would play games of skate where like before both of us learned how to kickflip, if you landed like one foot with your back, then it was a back foot kickflip. If you flicked it and landed with your front foot, then it was a front foot kickflip.
That's so funny. So dumb. Does Jade still skate?
He's starting to be an engineer right now, so he's killing it. Oh. But he's one of those fools that if he like hops on his board, it's like he never got off. Yeah.
So this is in Jersey. When you moved to Jersey with your dad, you make that choice. How did life change? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was just felt like prior to that, when I was in Pennsylvania, I was a gymnast. So
you were a gymnast?
Yeah. So
let's talk about that, man.
Something I forget, but not really. All my brothers are gymnasts.
No shit.
My one brother's like a boxer, but
really,
it's just like in our blood.
So you have an athletic family in general, but like one of the sports you guys picked up on was gymnastics. Yeah. And how old did you start that?
I want to say like 3, 4. I was already getting it.
Really? And how far into it did you get? Were you competing?
Yeah. It was just as like if I didn't. Because I'm a shy person. Like I've gotten better, but as a kid, I was like, oh shoot, I'm moving to Jersey, I have to find a different coach, I gotta find a different gym, different teammates, and like
that was
just like
intimidating for you.
Yeah, super. Like even when I would visit Puerto Rico, I didn't even want to go because I was like, oh, I gotta meet new people.
No, even I met you last year. I don't know if you remember, but I remember I met you last year, and yeah, even in the like couple times that I've seen you since, you've been opening up a little bit. I feel like this career is making you probably have to open up a little bit more, huh?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, it's just that's just how I am a little bit, but I've definitely gotten better.
That's good.
So I fell off of that because of
the gymnastics
being too intimidated.
Oh yeah.
But prior to that, when I had my team and my coach, like till like I was 9, 10, that's pretty much.
Yeah, tell me what that's like. I know nothing about gymnastics. Like, how often were you going to work out and train and stuff? Every day?
Yeah,
really?
Pretty much every day. And I'm trying to get back that work ethic.
Yeah.
It's like skating's fun, but now it's like I want to be in it for a long time. So I have to be able to maintain that structure. And
you got to get your reps.
Yeah, dude, I'm working out once a week, which is tight. Shout out Cara.
Shout out Cara as well.
She's dope and she's been helping me, but it's definitely like when I was young, I was even leaving school like an hour early just to get to the gym and like stay there till 10.
And what were those practices like? Like, are you doing like the?
Dude, I could do one
balance beam and all like that
on the bars and stuff. And my favorite was vault because you like run and sprint off the thing and like.
What was your best vault trick?
I mean,
Are they even called tricks? What are they called?
Yeah, it's been so long.
You're doing like.
I mean, I just.
Full flips and everything,
like
huh?
Just a nice little like
tucks,
some front tucks going on, and stick it, and
that's
feel
amazing.
All cool.
Now, I'm sure I don't know if you ever think about it, but like in hindsight, now do you think like the gymnastics training has helped with your balance in the skate world?
Definitely,
really?
and proper like. Even in school, like before skating, I'm like clumsy when I'm not on my skateboard, which is hilarious to me. But the gymnastics help me like tuck and roll and like properly, not just like every time just eat shit.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now you're pretty tall and thin. Like, does that like gangly? I would say, like, you know what I'm saying? You're real tall and thin, and so like, is that bad for gymnastics? Like, did you hit a growth spurt and be like, oh, now my body's not the right size for this anymore, or what?
Nah,
it's whatever.
I just kind of fell off of it. I feel like you're more. Well, when I was working out too, so I was more like stocky and
swole?
like I was a little swole and walk around like that.
Right.
But it helped, and I don't know. Gymnastics is kind of like skating in a sense, where everyone has their own style. Like you want it to be like pretty and elegant, but no gymnast like flips the same or has the same routines and like
the same.
So it has its own little exactly.
Yeah.
So that helped me just.
So what happened? You just got over it, just fizzled out, or like? Did you make a conscientious decision of like, okay, now I'm done?
Yeah, I don't really remember it. Like, I think I was too young to be like that.
Yeah.
Like, I just keep it simple, and I think I just kind of like moved, and I was like, okay, new things.
Yeah, right.
Like I said, I didn't want to go. I loved it.
You didn't want to find a new coach. That's what it was.
Yeah. But I also like I loved it, but it's not like how I love skateboarding. So it's like.
Now, how quick was that love for skateboarding? Because skateboarding is the learning curve is so steep. It is really hard to pick up. Everybody's terrible at it when they start.
Yeah, and I think that's what I love about it the most, because it's like, it's frustrating, it's amazing, it sucks, but nothing makes me feel the best when I land a trick and finally learn it after you've been spending like hours and hours and hours, and it kind of like taught me a lot about my patience and what I can withstand before I'm like.
Did you get that feeling the first time you stepped foot on your deck?
Oh yeah, dude. And I almost like died. I was like, oh shoot. But
you were already hooked.
Already. Yeah. Like I can't explain it. It's just there's so many tricks and like variations, and then I won't ever forget the moment I realized like you could turn and do your shit switch, and you're like, oh damn, now it's like double the amount of backwards. Tricks. Yeah, dude, it's like a whole nother like stepping on it again for the first time.
Yeah.
So it's like you can never not have a trick to work on, or like just amazing. Did you and Jade eventually meet another group or other groups of skaters in your area, and did you guys like click up and have a squad or what? We it's kind of funny because his mom wouldn't like let him go too far, and same with my dad. So didn't really have phones and stuff, so we kind of just stood at the train, and while we waited for it, we'd miss a couple and just keep skating, and like then eventually his mom like started letting him come to my crib, and we'd like skate in front. Same thing, flat ground, and I live right next to the train, so miss a couple trains and just skate. And then eventually we like discovered our local skate park.
Yeah.
Which was like...
What was that like?
Dude, like an abandoned hockey rink, like with a box that was all messed up.
Splintered and everything.
Dude,
was it wood?
Yeah. And it was so like... Now I'm like, okay, I could skate it. Back then I was like, this thing's tall. Like, I can't get on this. So it just really forced you like...
Just coping all rusty and everything.
Yeah, dude,
like,
get some tetanus if you fuck around and fall on. Like, no, seriously. And then eventually, like, it upgraded and, like, got some city ramps. Like, some other park was fucking up or something. So that they brought it 2 hours. And, like, then it was sick.
But even with that skate park looking as the way you're describing it, like run down and kind of shitty, like did you walk up and still feel like, oh, I found my home?
Dude, yeah. No, because in my brain I was like, there's skate parks? Like, I didn't even know that side was a thing either. Like, and yeah, I know like before I stepped on the board, there was really no parks. Like, you know, like homies were just street or in the bowl or doing something. Yeah. So it was just kind of that same feeling for me of discovery. I was like, no one told me about this. Like, shit. I remember like still like the ground was like green and had like yellow paint, and I just remember cruising and I'm like, wow, there's no rocks, or like just like amazing vibes and just hype. And that's where I met like everyone.
That's where you met the homies. You still keep in contact with all them?
Yeah, dude, all those fools.
Everybody's got to be so proud of you at this point, I'm sure.
It's wild. It's just we all loved skating, and eventually it was like homies would still skate, but they also had to get jobs or focus on school and stuff, and I was just like, I'm still skating.
Yeah, right.
Like, what's up? Like, same thing.
Yeah, that's so sick.
Yeah. I love it.
Man, what's it like when you come down here then, like
Disney.
We're like, yeah, exactly. Like Carlsbad, Oceanside, San Clemente, Costa Mesa, all these places, skate parks everywhere, and they're like intense skate parks.
No, yeah.
How's that? Like, are you just hella jealous of the kids that are learning on these, or what?
No, I mean, I definitely ponder like what it could have been or who I would be like if I did grow up here. Yeah. And I always find myself in the middle. I'm like, maybe I wouldn't appreciate it as much, because then it's like it's at your disposal.
Totally.
But then it's like, maybe I could be better.
Yeah.
But the way I look at it is like, I rather have rugged parks to learn at and then come to this paradise and be like, oh shit, that's easy to skate because it's like already perfect. Right. Then coming from paradise to...
You know what's so interesting? When I just talked to Mark McMorris in here, and he was saying similar story. Like, he's from this area that didn't have great snowboarding, and then because of that, it made him so hungry when he went to like places that had good terrain, that it's like you just are way more frothing than everybody else to just rip, you know? It sounds like the same idea.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, oh, wow, it's perfect.
Right. You can't get jaded out here. Or like out here, you could get jaded as a little kid, like, you know, whatever, it's right there. I don't want to go to
that park. Like,
Yeah.
I discover different parks every day, like here. I'm like, oh shit, that's there. Even the spots, like, to go from rugged to like perfect. It's just
right. What do you like in a skate now? I know that you're like a park kid, but now you're living in LA and legendary spots all over the place. Like, are you loving cruising on the spots too?
Dude, it's my favorite. It's like parks are sick. That's like, I grew up skating, like I said before the parks and all that. It was like a discovery. That's how I got to learn my city, and like you just cruise around and find like where you're really at and stuff, and that's how it is here, honestly. Like, go on a night cruise and you find a new spot, even if it's like around the corner. It's like you can easily miss that if you drive or something.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, LA is a great city to like learn on a skateboard or a bike. Yeah, you learn on those two things, and then you'll never get lost when you're in your car.
You're chilling. Back home, I know like landmarks and stuff, but if you ask me like, on the corner of this and that, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Like, it's next to that McDonald's. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Where here is, now that I'm like just so lost in the discovery part, I'm always paying attention to like, okay, this is that street, it's that street.
You keep track on your phone or anything, like make little markers on your map?
I have a bunch of screenshots, which is funny because some of them I forget to label it. And most of the time I am in a car, so it's like if I catch the screenshot here, I know the spot was here. Yeah. And so now I just have a roulette of like, I have no idea what spot we're going to be at.
Like, this is a spot. I don't know which one.
I saw it driving. And then sometimes you get there and you're like, that's not what I saw in the car, but fuck it. Like,
that's so funny.
It's fun.
So what was the ascension like? Like, how long was it from learning to kickflip with Jade to the first time you were able to pull a sponsor or get on flow, or people just start noticing that you like have a skill? You know?
I think going to the skate park started that, because then I was like, okay, sick. There's other people. Like, when you have your best homie or whatever, it's like you guys progress, but then it's like, okay, what the other people are like kind of influential in their like what tricks they do, how they do it. And around the street from that park, we call it the Oaks or the rink. Yeah. So across the street from the rink or something, there was a 9 Live skate shop, and that was my first like. I went there with a list of tricks that I could do. I remember writing it in school. I was like, shove it, nollie shove it, fakie back, like, and I would just try to put back front switch just to like fill up the list.
Right, you know? You were like padding your resume,
dude. Yeah, and I handed it in. He kind of like. Josh, shout out Josh. Yeah. He like laughed because it was just like funny as hell. Like I don't even know why I did that.
How old were you?
I was probably like 13, going on 14.
Yeah, you're just like a little frother,
dude.
Just ready.
I didn't even know. Like it was so. Now that I think about it, it's funny. Yeah. But it was all Jade's encouragement too. I was like, dude, I'm gonna write a list. He's like, yeah, right. So it wasn't like no one was telling me no. We were just like kids dreaming big.
That's very adorable.
It's funny. I forget about that until like.
No, but I like what you said about, you know, those spots opening up your eyes to more stuff, because it's almost like when you're just with the same people all the time, it's like you can't find the right answers because at that point you don't even know the right questions to ask, you know, and then you see, you feel me?
No, yeah.
But then like you see other people skating, you're like, oh wait, that can happen? You can do that? Yeah.
Dude, one of my favorite homies, R.I.P. I got his tattoo right here. His name's Eric West. That was like
R.I.P. Eric West.
Dude, he was that dude that was winning the local contest when they were a thing, and we were like, yo, he's going pro. Like,
what happened?
Like, we used to turn up a lot, and like I think he just got lost in the sauce. And, you know, it happens. But
yeah, that's terrible.
He was living with me for a bit, so that's my boy.
Yeah,
he's still here, lurking in spirit.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Some dumb shit will happen that I can't explain.
I'm sure he would be very hyped on where you're taking him on your hand. You feel me?
No, yeah, for life.
So. So you take your little list into the skate park or into the skate shop, is it? And what do they say? They're like, oh, do they say like, okay, prove it, go down the list?
No, it's so funny. He just kind of like laughed because like I don't think he's ever been approached like that or anything. So he laughed and basically like he was like my skate dad. I got 2 skate dads. I got him, and then when I went to Classic Skate Shop, shout out Classic, shout out Gary.
Classic. Hey, this is the shout out podcast.
Dude, gotta show love.
Yeah,
like
for real.
Teamwork makes the dream work, and without all of them, I wouldn't be here. And honestly, like Josh just like was like, oh, that's sick. But like, let's show your face more. Like, come in, say hello. Like, let's go skate. Let's do that. Like, let's be homies before like. You don't just be like, yo, let me be on the team. Yeah, like, you don't even know me.
Before you try to get on the flow list and get free shit or whatever, like, let's make sure that we get along. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's good. Make a family.
Dude, yeah. That dude, like, I like progressing on my skateboard, but I also, like, if it takes time for me to, like, do that, I'll do it because he's, like, everyone can kickflip, but it's, like, how you kickflip that stands out.
Right.
So style matters, and I don't know, like, that always stuck out to me.
Yeah.
So skating with him, like, I feel like really helped my style as a kid and like made me not even help it like physically, but you know, like subconsciously I was like, ooh, that was a good kickflip, but I know I could do it better. Like,
right, when you're a kid, you don't process that like there are intangibles, there are aesthetics. Like you can't define why someone looks cool doing something, but 2 people could do the same thing, and one of them could look definitively much cooler doing it. You know,
and even if that's just in your brain, like some other dude may think the other homie.
I mean, you could pick up on with your style of skating, you could pick up that that's important to you because even when you're doing something little, you swag it out. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's the fun part of it.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's cool.
It's half the part of learning the trick. It's like, all right, now how can I make it look cool?
Yeah, right.
Down to your fit. Like, even now, I'm like, dude, if my fit is not really on it, I feel like I'll skate, but I'm like, God, I'm just conscious of it. I'm like, damn it, how do I look right now? Like, I don't know. It's just like a packaged thing.
Are you like conscientious of trying to wear a different fit every time you go out?
Yeah.
So like you don't get caught doing this different trick in the same fit?
That's definitely crossed my mind, especially now, the age of Instagram.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like I got those red track pants that I was wearing, and I just posted a clip the other day, and those are loud, so I can't just like have every square. Right. So I try to space it out a little bit. It's like,
which sucks because like you probably just like any other athlete have like certain shirts where you're like, this is my lucky shirt. This one feels good. I can land in this.
But it's like, and I have like 2 of the same shirt, but people don't know that.
Oh,
it's like only I know that, and I mean I don't care. But it's just like, I swear it's another one.
You gotta Doug Funny it out and just get a whole closet full of the same outfit, and then just that's your look every day, and then you don't have to worry about it. You're like, no, I have like a million of this outfit. It's chill.
my next like 5 Instagram posts are gonna be like dedicated to you.
There you go. Just wear.
I'm gonna have comments like, "Ew, she dirty." Like, like, dude, I swear, I'm just trying something new.
Yeah, it's just a million different shirts of the same one. So yeah, so after you become family with the dudes at the shop and everything, and they start hooking you up. Yeah. Then what happens? Keep telling me the journey, because I mean, it's got to be coming fast. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, it was sick. And that really helped my like getting boards, even if it was like, well, back then I'm not running through boards,
because people that don't skate don't realize like it actually is an expensive sport to partake in, because boards break frequently, and they're like fucking what, $200 for a complete setup or something.
Yeah, it's messed up. Yeah, it's not messed up. Like you spend it because you love it, but it's like once I got to the position where I was like, okay, this one board, like it helps. I get like 2 boards a month. There was no like set number. You know, like, you just. The love was there, so if I needed it, he just wanted to see me progress, he'd hook it up. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because people don't realize that like skating is like any other sport where like you have to keep buying equipment. Just if you're playing baseball or hockey or whatever, it costs money. Yeah,
you can get away with like your wheels and your trucks. Because even until now, I like set up a pair of trucks and I'm good for a couple months.
Yeah, right.
Like and wheels, I'm good. Yeah, but the boards like 50 a piece.
Yo, shoes.
Well,
if you're trying to learn flip tricks, your shoes are shredded after like 2 sessions, huh?
My dad and my mom were bummed. They weren't bummed, but it's like, again, like...
Yeah, you better get out the duct tape.
Dude, honestly, and shoe glue was a thing for a bit. It's probably still a thing, but like, you know, I was living off that. Yeah. It helped, like, just having that support and knowing, like, okay.
Yeah, and also, like, they got me and they get it. And so were you going out and trying to get clips? Or what were you doing? Competitions? Like what?
There was no real like. There was like 2 local contests that I can remember.
Yeah.
Like that was hosted at my local park, but other than that, it was like, yeah, it was not even mentally like, okay, I'm gonna go get some clips. It was like, shoot, the homie has a camera, sick. Let's go play outside and like explore. Yeah. And see what we can make.
Yeah. Which is so funny because like you're so young. I would think that you'd be like, I gotta get my YouTube subscribers cracking. Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm like I'm not gonna say I'm lazy, but like it always it starts like that. But then
I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna imply it.
Well, because that's not my passion. If I was passionate about YouTube,
hey, that makes sense.
I'd be like, my passion's my skateboard. It can get me to YouTube, but the whole process of posting the video, writing that thing,
you don't give a shit about that.
I'm like, nah. Yeah. I rather do the skating part and then find one of the homies that love editing, love doing that. Teamwork makes the dream work. Pass it to them. Right. Let them handle however they want. Just
right.
Make me look good.
Yeah, totally.
That's all.
So, so you go out, play with the camera, whatever. But how do I mean, you got a bunch of different sponsors. So how does everybody start picking up on it? Like, when does like Jenn Soto start to become this name?
9 Lives had shut down because just.
Shit happened.
Rent went up, like, real life shit that I was probably too young to really know till now. Yeah. But so they shut down, but then there was another shop in Bayonne called Classic. Shout out Classic. Shout out
Classic.
Gary.
Hey, Gary, shout the fuck out.
Dude, no, yeah. So like Josh and my 9 Live era is what like grew me as like a person and like start skating. Yeah. Like just for the love and stuff. Because even back then I wasn't thinking like, I came up with a list, but I thought having a shop sponsor was like the coolest thing. Like I didn't know, I wasn't even thinking about shoes or anything.
But you had like a list of goals, and that was one of the goals. Is that what you're saying?
Like I thought
your mental checklist.
I thought that's what made you a skateboarder.
Oh
There's no handbook, so I was like, you get a shop sponsor, you're good, right?
Yeah,
like, I didn't know there was. I knew there was, but I wasn't consciously thinking shoes, board, trucks, wheels. I was just like, shop sponsor, woo!
Yeah,
like, it's family.
Right.
Now I know, like, your shop sponsor is your family, and like that's what grounds you and shit. And I learned that when I went to.
But Classic. Then everything else from head to toe is like you got to find somebody to foot that bill, basically.
Yeah, or it's like, who do I even talk to? Like, do I send an email? Like, I don't know how that works, but that's what Gary taught me, basically. Like,
so he's kind of a mentor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like, without a doubt, for everything. He was the shop owner, so like at that age I was like, okay, now I kind of know how this works, and to have the products in the shop you have to like know the
Talk to reps,
or like go through all that. And with him I was like, okay, just he would ask me, so like, what do you think about this? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
So Gary had the connects.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew the right questions to ask, basically, right?
Exactly.
There you go. And bring it back.
There you go.
Yeah. So Gary is kind of mentoring you and telling you like, oh, hey, I think maybe you would be a good fit on this team or a good fit on that team, or like, what do you think about this company? And then and he's kind of like helping you curate your own come up. Yeah.
Yeah. That Yeah, and he just like, I was a different, like, I just want to say I was 16 and up when I started going there.
Yeah.
Not even like 15. And then I was like, is this real? Can I actually possibly be a skateboarder? Like,
could I pull it off?
Can I pull it off? And that's where he's like, yeah, dude, what's like.
Right. I mean, you know, here's the thing is that I accidentally fell into like being around the action sports industry. Yeah. Like I don't skate, I don't surf, I snowboard, but that doesn't barely count. And so the thing that I've learned over time in photographing skateboarders is that oftentimes it's like half the battle is having a cool look as well. You know what I'm saying?
Being marketable.
Bro, and you're marketable as fuck. Like that's the thing. Like you have a very unique look and that's going to take you probably just as far as the skate talent will, which is great.
Yeah.
You know, because you're born with that. Maybe it's Maybelline. No. But yeah, so that's tight because I mean, we have been around a lot of skateboarders and you can tell some people are going to be like very marketable and other dudes are just like super tech or whatever. Yeah. But even early in your career, you know, me and Dom, the homie, we talk. We're like, man, Jen, she got it. She got it, you know?
So funny.
So we're rooting for you, Jen.
Thank you.
Yeah, now you know.
Learned it from those dudes. Just like, they're all sneakerheads. Like, he has a collection of shoes that could probably, like, put all his kids through college. And, like, so, like, being around that vibe, I was like, damn, those fits are sick.
You picked up on the swag.
Yeah, dude, I wanted the swag.
He helped you unlock the swag.
It was
the swag unlock.
Dude, it was always in me, I guess. But
until you had to find the key.
Dude. Yeah. There's something about like when you see a line of people waiting outside for like more than 24 hours for shoes, you're like looking at the shoes like, damn.
Yeah.
I got a homie that loves reselling stuff, like, and he's into that game heavy. Yeah. So he loves putting fits together. Shout out Chris. And like just all that stuff. So it just taught me like, okay, swag is like half the part too, honestly.
Real shit is that style, you know, that all ties into it.
It's like people want to watch you for like.
So let's talk about this though, because at that time you're still a teenager, not even old enough to get your license barely yet, and here you are with these big city dreams of being a skate pro, but you're still in school, right? Yeah. So are you fucking off in school? Are you concentrating on school? Did you not care? Did you care?
I feel I cared as much as like every other kid, whereas like
so not at all.
Like not like learning is cool when you get it. It's you go to hang with your friends and then you got class. Like
how were you in high school? Were you like in the in crowd or were you an outcast? What was it?
No, I just got along with everyone. Yeah, like I had my homies like ride or dies. Yeah, but I still wanted to be friends and maintain friendship with everyone. So I'd be like, yo, what up? Yo, what up? Yeah. I mean, I was still a shy kid, but I wasn't like.
Did you participate in any like extracurricular school activities, or was it like, boom, I'm class and then skating?
They knew me for that. Like my gym coach was like trying to get me on the basketball team. I was like, how much is practice? Like how many hours every day? Right. I gotta go skate. Yeah. And I don't even know what I was progressing for because, like I said, I wasn't even trying to do it for anything. I was just like, I just got to go skate. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I got to go.
Yeah.
I didn't go to prom. I didn't go to, like, I went to go skate.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I was like, I got to pay money to party? Like, when I could just go skate? I'm like, no way.
That's funny. Hey, that sounds like a movie scene right there. when they make the Jenn Soto movie, that's got to stay in there.
Yeah, right.
When did you start entering competitions?
I guess X Games was my first one, and that was wild though. Cause
X Games is your first competition?
Yeah, but like
flex.
Dude, I was an alternate for 2. Yeah. And then they threw me in. Yeah. But being an alternate and being in it is 2 different things. So it's like, I want to say I was 17, 18. May have the time wrong, but I did not anticipate everything that comes along with that. Like,
what came along with it?
When they say your name, all right, what point are you going to start on the course? Yeah. You wait for me to give you the thumbs up, then you roll in. There's 30 seconds on the 45 seconds on the clock. Like, you don't think, like, when you're dreaming it. And then when you're finally in it, you're like, oh, okay. I wasn't anticipating.
It's a TV show.
Dude,
like,
I came in last.
Really?
Yeah. That was like a little soul crushing just because.
What happened? Did you bail?
My practice was like, I was fine. I was like, okay. Yeah. And then the whole mental challenge of like when they say your name and you're like, oh shoot, this is the time.
Yeah. So the pressure got to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what have you worked on to thwart that now? Because now you're kind of killing it.
I'm still practicing. Like there's contest skaters. I feel like there's people that are just naturally down to be a contest skater. Yeah. And then I have to work a little bit harder to like understand the game. Like, it's a game, honestly. It's like you can skate all you want, but like each trick is worth a point. You like how you land it is worth a certain
and all the skating you do with the competition shit is like the only skating that matters is those 45 seconds or whatever. Right?
Yeah. And it's super intense, but now like I'm starting to like understand what it's a skate sesh, but it's like just a whole different kind of skate sesh. And now that I'm more familiarized with that, I'm starting to understand like, okay.
Right.
My main thing was like, I always want to show out. Like, I want to do like the hardest tricks just to be like, look, we can flip into stuff. We can do this and that. And someone told me like, yeah, you got to know the rules before you break them. So it's like, if you're falling off your board every trick you're trying, like, what is that doing for you?
Right.
Like, that's not the time and place.
Stuff you have perfected and like get it styly and then work on the more tech stuff later.
Work on the tech stuff. And then when you're ready to bring them to the contest, do that.
Make sure you can nail it 99 out of 100 times, basically.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, and adrenaline is one hell of like a drug. So you'd be surprised. Like, you might not do something in practice, but then when it's like going and it's time to do it, you can do it.
You hit that
which
zone.
Is cool.
Yeah, that is tight. Have you been? What you talked about with the X Games is that you kind of like mentally crumbled. It seems like, right? So have you been working on mental exercises as well? Have you been like reading up on various modes of I don't know spirituality or concentration or anything? Like,
definitely.
What do you do?
Well, I'm pretty like. I love spirituality and like I feel like there's puzzle pieces everywhere and you gotta like fit them up. Like, what I see, you don't see. What you see, I don't see. Like like we're all on our own little.
The egocentric predicament.
Dude, I love it. It makes life interesting. I can't just wake up like, oh, it's another day. I'm like, oh shit, it's another day.
Yeah.
Like, why did that bird fly past me? Why is that like? I don't know, just dumb stuff like that.
I got you.
And there's no like. To answer your question, my coach will be like, we'll be like working out. And then she'll be like, all right, 3 more. And I'll do like 3. And I think she's going to say 2. And she'll be like 3. And it messes me up. So I'll be like, wait. So like in that sense, she's showing me like where I'm at mentally. But I don't really work on it. As far as contests, I'm learning like on my own to like, you can only plan so much. Like I can have a plan run out. But like if I don't have enough momentum or speed for that trick like I did in practice, now I just have to figure it out. And I'm not going to like just not do a trick. I'm just gonna like switch it up accordingly to the situation. Right.
So being able to kind of improvise on the fly.
Yeah. And like you can have an idea in practice, but it almost never works out like that. At least not. I can't say that for everyone, but for me personally, I know. So I have like a route, but the trick might change.
Yeah.
Just to see like where I'm at.
And so when you say you have a route, that's just like when you're seeing the course laid out as is, you might like plan something out in your head, but then when you actually get on it, you might have to change it up.
Yeah. Because every course is different. And
do they show you the courses days in advance, or do you just see it like after it's built? How does that work?
You get the email, like the blueprint, but even then it's like. I still get super stoked when I get the blueprint because I'm like, okay, now I know. But then until you're actually like there, you're like, oh, now I know.
You know what's funny? I'm not trying to make this about me, but for a second I'm going to. Like, even in what I do with interviewing people, it's the same thing. Like I listen to people's music, or I watch people skate, or whatever that I'm doing for my like little research for an interview. And that's like looking at the blueprint and I go, okay, I know how this interview is gonna go. And I'll tell you what, every fucking time you sit down with somebody, they surprise you because like it's all best laid plans. It never works how you think it's going to. You know what I mean? So
keeps things interesting. I guess.
That's how life is. Yeah. We just figure something out,
Shout out to winging it.
Bang. Yeah, winging it. Exactly. So what inspired the move to LA?
To the homie Jade and like the local parks, it's something we definitely always talked about.
Yeah.
But it didn't become like a
why thing. LA over like New York or wherever. I don't know where else a skate mecca is. Philly. I don't know where people skating now. Yeah.
Barcelona, but Barcelona was really far then. So
Barcelona.
Yeah. But no, it's just like Cali's that spot. Like if you're a skateboarder, you're like, oh shit, you gotta go to
now
LA
that you live here, you gotta stop calling it Cali.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, nobody says that. We just get California.
It's California. It's just too many like syllables.
Yeah.
LA.
I what's funny is that even when I'm traveling, people are like, where are you from? I never say LA because I feel like it makes it sound like a douche. I'll say Los Angeles.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes.
I don't know why. It's just like, and it's because I overthink everything. But I like to say it. Los Angeles has a nice jingle to it.
No, it does.
How long you been out here now?
2 years.
How 2.5 have you been loving it?
Every day I'm still like, it's so weird. I spent so much time thinking about it. So now that I'm here, it's just like, oh, sick. Like, I see the palm trees and I'm like, oh, sick, the beach.
Now, having looked at it your whole life, basically looking at the blueprint, when you got into the course that is LA, did you have to wing it? Was it different than you were expecting?
Totally wing it.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I wing it. I mean, now I'm getting more structured and like, just strategic, I guess is the word. Yeah. And work smarter, not harder. But sometimes you just have to roll the dice, and that's what I did to come here. Like, homie Zora, shout out Zora.
Shout out to Zora.
She's an amazing photographer, and I met her at X Games when I met her in Seattle. Just kidding. Yeah. And then, you know, started seeing her at X Games and stuff. And one day she was like, "Yo, I'm still down to go." It started off as a conversation in the bar. I was like, "Dude, I'm trying to like after party at X Games. Everyone's hyped up." And I was like, "Dude, man, we gotta go to Cali. That's the place we gotta be." And it was already in my head, but that was the first time I talked to someone that was like really down. Yeah. Like I said, like people growing up,
they got jobs. They're normal. Like, but I mean, they're not normal, but
they're just
life takes you where it takes you.
Exactly. Yeah. So to see someone else that was like, yeah, like fuck it, we have to go.
Did you have people out here already? Like, did you have a support system laid out, or were you just, because LA is a hard city to move to?
No, yeah.
A lot of people fail in the first year.
Dude, it's hectic, and like, I just was like, we have skating. With that, you meet people, or Vanessa, like Sam, all the good homies that like Lacey was living out here at the time. So I knew someone. I was like, I know someone, something's gonna happen. Yeah. But honestly, shout out to Manny Santiago.
Shout out Manny.
Dude, Puerto Rico. No, but like, dude, I didn't call him until I wung it. I didn't even like hit anyone up with a text like, yo, I'm coming. I didn't even really say bye to anyone back home because I didn't think I was gonna make it this long.
It's an Irish exit.
Dude, I just left because I was like, I'll be back in a couple months or something. Like, I didn't think I'd get this far. Yeah. And I called him the moment I crossed California borders. Yeah. And I was like, dude, I need a place. What's up? Like,
you're like, hey, I'm in Cali. Dude, no. Where can I sleep at?
Dude, he was so sweet. Like, I met him at my local park back home, and like, I just got off off work at the shop, and he's like, yo, let's play a game of skate. Yeah. He beat me. I still haven't beat him to this day. I'm coming for you. But like, I just knew like the love was there, and like, I was like, all right, come on, dude. Like, I knew there's just something told me to hit him up. Yeah. And
so is he out here now sponsored as well, like early in his career or something, or is he just out here?
Oh, he's a G. Like, he started his own company, but prior to that, he was like on some other companies. Okay, cool. He's pro as fuck.
Okay, like, cool. Like I said, outsider, I have no idea.
No, yeah, he's so sick. He's someone I looked up to as well. Like, sick. Just growing up skating. So the fact that I got to like skate with him and even connect on like a personal level, like he's like kind of like another mentor to me. Like at Street League, he saw me like nervous. He's like, dude, just do the 5-0, like chill. Yeah. And like just hearing his voice saying it, I was like, oh yeah.
Calmed you right down.
Like it brings me, to have that person. And like, he let me come, and he fucking put me in the room with the bathroom because I'm a lady, and like I have my own bathroom. And I was like, dude, I was gonna take the couch. Like, thank you.
That's amazing. Yeah. Man, it's good to have good friends.
Dude, it's important. Yeah. Like, you can only grow so much if like.
Absolutely. You got to have that support system. How have you stayed motivated and concentrated in LA? Because it's an easy city to get distracted. Yeah. No. I mean, I think I got it all out back home, like on my rage or like whatever you want to call it. But by the time I worked so hard to get out that I was not like trying to come back defeated, like head down. Right. And tail between the legs.
Yeah, dude. And I don't know. I'm still new to this, so it's like I've been dreaming my whole life of it. I've only been living in it for like 2 years. Right. So until that balances out,
it might not even feel real yet.
No,
right?
Dude. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's like, whether 10 years go by, I still probably be tripping out that it even happened. I'm like, oh shit. Like, it's happening.
Yeah. What are you learning in Los Angeles about the business aspect of being a skater? How do you balance your relationships with your sponsors or the people you're on flow with? Like, yeah.
That's a whole nother thing.
It's a lot as a young person.
It's new. Like, there's no handbook. And that's another thing that I didn't even think about before. Right, of course. I was just like, you know, football teams and basketball teams, like, you have your team for life. Yeah. But as a skateboarder, I have my Skullcandy family.
You're a free
and then
agent.
I have my Adidas family. And then I have my Primitive family. So it's not even picking your favorite. It's just understanding that every team functions differently. Yeah. There's a different vibe. There's different TMs. There's different bosses. So that's something I didn't even think about till like I had to deal with it.
Right.
So Skullcandy was my first like team where it was like I get to go out with you guys, like sick.
That's
and
tight.
It just so happens to like everyone's so cool.
Yeah.
Which makes it easier.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'm sure there's some other companies like somewhere where it's like, oh, that guy's there or this girl, like, so I don't know. I'm still like learning it, honestly.
Yeah. It's an ongoing process, I'm sure.
I just try to be like how I was in school, just like friendly to everyone, like no enemy. Like why? There's no time for like the petty or like gossip or any of that. I'm just like, yo, I'm here to skate. If you're down, let's skate.
That's a good attitude to have.
Try, man.
So let's talk about what's recently happening, because just in the last few weeks since the last time I saw you probably 2 months ago or something like that, and
too long.
You were just talking about you were going to be you qualified for Street League at that time, I think, right? Or what happened?
Yeah, I had been an alternate once before.
Right.
And then like injury and blah, blah, blah. So I couldn't make it the next time.
Yeah.
And then they're changing it up to now it wasn't like just invite only. It was like an open qualifier.
Right.
So I was just one of the 12 girls to get that chance.
And you went out and fucking took the podium.
Dude, so crazy.
Tell me about that day. We were hyped for you from the outside. We were just like, oh shit, we just saw her. Like, she's out here killing it now.
Oh man.
Because you at the photo shoot were telling us like, yeah, you know, this Street League thing, like I'm going to be in it this year. And, I'm hoping for the best. But, you had the jitters, you know?
Dude, always. And that's even the small contests I get like that.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know if it goes back to my shyness, but like the all eyes on me thing is like, whoa.
Yeah,
like, okay, that's intense.
Right.
But okay, before I even got there, whenever I have a long flight, I anticipate I like sleeping, so I'm like, okay, wait, let me like pack all night just to like sleep deprive myself kind of.
So you can sleep on the plane?
And knock out like I slept most like 8 hours of the 10, you know?
With some nice ambient music pumping in your Skullcandy headphones?
You know? Yeah. Or some Cardi, whatever.
Yeah,
Same
okay,
thing.
all right. If that puts you to bed?
Dude, any of it, honestly. There's some, I don't know. I just like, that was my plan. I was like, I'm going to pack. I'm going to have everything in order. I'm going to wake up after like 2 hours of sleep. I'm going to go and whatever happens, happens. Like,
right.
Try not to put too much pressure on it. And in that process, like, okay, so now I used to smoke weed a little bit. Probably,
what?
I know, right?
I would never guess.
But now that like, I don't like, flaunt that shit.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like whatever.
You're not out here like, Ja Rastafari.
Nah, yeah. Like people that know me were like, oh yeah, she does. But then like, if I didn't tell you, you have no idea.
Yeah.
So it's like, but now prior to that, I had stopped like a month or 4 weeks or something because at these contests, they're going to start drug testing.
Oh.
And I would feel
even for weed?
Yeah.
I would figure like, I mean, I guess maybe skateboarding's at that level where people are using performance enhancing drugs, but who knows? But
it's
like
the Olympics.
For weed. Oh, that's why they're preparing people for the Olympics.
Like
okay, yeah.
All around Olympian doesn't smoke weed. They just drink water and exercise.
That's right. Yeah. Well, then we're gonna bleep that part out when you say, "Oh, I smoked weed." We'll go bleep so that the IOC doesn't know about it.
No, you know, like.
No. Definitely bleep that part. No. But yeah, so you had quit smoking weed mostly to like pass a drug test, but was it also to clear your head out a little bit or what?
I just wanted to kill the habit while I was there. I'd feel so dumb if I like lost my dream job because of you get banned for a couple years. Like
that's
yeah, dude, that's intense.
It is intense.
And I was just like, I like smoking. I don't love it, so like I can quit. But I promise this has a thing. So like, I smoke CBD flower. Yeah, CBD is good for you, and it looks like weed, whatever. Yeah, and it's like tight. And that morning, sleep deprived Jen, I went to roll up, whatever, and someone had left a real nug on my tray. So I accidentally got stoned. Oh. Not even anticipating it, and it was fucked up because I was just like...
Wait, because the CBD flowers don't get you stoned?
No, like...
It's just like pain relief or what?
Yeah, basically, and it's just like cigarettes are gross.
Yeah.
Can't do the weed thing anymore, and being stoned is kind of like... sometimes hit or miss. Yeah. It's like, I just like chilling, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
And I accidentally got stoned and took my roommate's skateboard.
Instead of your skate?
Instead of my board.
Oh my god.
Dude, and I was sleep deprived and all that, so I was just like, what
So you showed up to the competition and you're like, have the wrong deck?
The wrong setup, like... But leaving, it was my first time leaving the country. So I was just all riled up that morning. Yeah. It was like so many things happening and like took the wrong board. At least I had my passport. So that's tight. Yeah. Didn't miss my flight. So that's tight. But it was like a whole comedy movie, like almost. Just like,
a folly of errors. You're just like, wow, I'm setting myself up for failure.
Yeah. And I was like shitting my pants because I was like, if they do test at this like thing and I'm on some accident, like I'd be so bummed. Like it's just not worth it in my head.
It's like the Seinfeld episode where she tests positive for heroin because she was eating poppy seed muffins.
Oh yeah, dude, like, how dumb. I would feel like so dumb.
Right.
So dumb. So I was just like I thought it was over before it started. Like had to get used to a new board. Like I skate trucks that are smaller. Like so you have an 8 board. My trucks are like that.
Yeah, right.
And then his trucks are flush with board. So I was like, damn, this is not the time or place to figure that out now.
Because you got to relearn all your muscle memory to ride a different deck like that.
To flip it a certain way because the weight is different.
Everything.
Just so dumb. So I tried to not think about any of it. And I was like, all right, this is my board. Let's go skate. Luckily, I got there a couple days early,
in advance.
So, we got to like see the city, go to some skate parks, chill. And the whole time I was like, I was laughing at that I did that because that's something that I would do. Yeah. Instead of being upset at myself for it.
Now, question: didn't you have time to go get a new setup if you wanted?
Yeah, but who wants to break in new trucks?
Okay.
I put trucks on and like I skate it for months and like wheels for months.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Because even like the turning of new truck, like it's all stiff and
Okay.
Yeah, no, I thought about it, but I was like,
I'm not gonna risk it. So his was already broken in. At least it was broken in, even if it wasn't your size and shit. Yeah,
he just had like just a little bit more metal than me. So I was right. Trying to think about it as simple as that.
Yeah.
And he was just joking with me. He's like, bro, you would do that. Like, if you win, shout me out.
Yeah.
So like in the camera, I was like, yo, shout out to Chris. Not even my board. It was just so dumb, dude.
How did it feel when you did get on that board? Did it feel okay, or could you notice it?
Well, fortunately, he skates primitive boards. Yeah. So like I was like, okay, same wood, same concave. That's fine. Yeah. It was just the whole truck and wheel thing. Yeah. I was just like, maybe if I tighten it a little bit, not think about anything else. Yeah. Just pretend it's my board. Like I'm not. Your board's your board. Like when you're not on it, but I was just trying to not be picky about it.
Right. Just cause. Do you remember your heaths? Like, or do you just kind of black out when you're doing that?
Both, for sure. Yeah. I know in qualifiers I came last.
But you qualified.
Yeah, out of the 12 girls, they took 8 of us. Yeah. And the homie that was in 9th, I was hyped for her. Yeah. I was like, yo, just do what you got to do. Like, do it. Yeah. And she bailed. And I was like almost upset at her a little bit because I was like, why didn't you just fucking just play it safe when you have to? Like, yeah. So like I was already in the stands like, well, that was fun. Like I already claimed defeat. Like I thought she was going to land it and like be solid. Yeah. And
why didn't you want to make it? Are you scared of success? What's going on here?
No, I just love the homies. Yeah. So it's like I'm not gonna be like, oh, I hope she bails. Like I want to be like that's so whack. I was just like, I was hyped for her. I felt like I was there in that sense. Right, so I was just like, I really hope she lands her trick, dude. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you make it into the finals, do you remember feeling like, oh, I'm nailing it right now? Yeah. Or did you just like, okay, that was okay?
Well, the cool thing about Street League is like, ideally you want your runs to be solid to get that ahead and like feel safe. Yeah. But no matter what it is, you can redeem yourself. You could be in dead last, redeem yourself in the single tricks. Right. Like, so there's no spot where you're like comfortable enough to be like, all right, we're good.
Now I can cruise. Yeah. You have to go hard the whole time.
Yeah, at least in my brain, that's how I was. Yeah. And so luckily, qualifiers, like got the nerves out. My legs were actually weak. Like I was just like, oh shit. Like I remember popping and it was like not even enough power. And I was like, oh shit. Like
just from all the work that day, or what, like just jello legs?
Just mentally.
Oh,
it's like,
mentally.
I'm good. And then once they say my name, I'm like, oh.
Wow. Like, you get weak in the knees for real.
The headphones like actually saved my life because at least it cuts out one sense. What I still gotta see.
What do you put on?
The methods.
No, yeah. Well, okay. Shout out the methods. I meant music. What music do you put on?
I do the Apple hip hop playlist because then I'm like less like.
You're not
focused on that. I just have something because for me, I love landing on beat. Like no one can hear it, but I know I'm like, oh, that shit was hard. Yeah, yeah, and like.
Because I bet like if you're like sit there nitpicking over what the perfect song is, it can take you out of your game even more.
Dude, it's too much, and it's like I just like
I'm skating's already OCD enough. You know what I mean? Like
I definitely have go-to like songs when I'm chilling. Yeah. Like, but in that moment, there's no time. Like time and place. So I just put on the playlist, and it's always good. But for me, I'm not listening to the words. I'm just like. Yeah, you can see things, smell things, taste things, hear things. I'm like, all right, let me like not hear anything right now, at least. Some people that bugs them out because then they're like, I need to hear my board and this and that. I'm like, that's sick. But everyone in this crowd is like, I love it. I'll like be engaging, but in that moment of focus, I just need to cut something out. Like, and just see. Nice. So without that, I would have blew it. Right. I don't know. It helps.
Yeah. So take me through it. Like how were you in the lead the whole time, or did you like make a last minute comeback? How did it work?
All right, so qualifiers, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I heard that part. You were in eighth. Yeah.
I had a solid first run, and like since that happened, I was like comfortable, but not comfortable. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the same exact thing I just did, because in my brain before I learned the hard way about that, I was like, no, you can't. That's whack. You can't do the same tricks. Like, right. And then learn the game before you break the rules. Totally. So I was like, fuck it. Stay on my board. Do the same tricks. And then at the end, at the end of it, like if I look and I have like 10 seconds left or something, I'll change one trick or something. Yeah. But I wanted to get the majority of it like out the way. And like you set yourself up momentumly. You're like, okay, I land every trick. Like, ooh. Now you're hyped up instead of like bailing your first trick and you're like,
right, and trying to play catch up the whole time.
It's sketchy and it's like more of a mental thing than your skill level. It's just like your brain can like make or break you in those moments. Totally. So I nailed my first run and I was super hyped. Yeah. Got like 6-9 or something.
And so then the second run, when you go through and do the same thing, did you get to switch up the end trick?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I tried to go for a feeble on the long rail, so it's like when you pinch it, you know? Yeah. But my legs were like tired, and it's funny though because that trick, like, I love that trick, but like I'm like over that trick at the same time. Oh yeah. It's just because like I see it and I'm like, all right. That's why I kept doing the 50-50 to start my run. I even asked Chris Cole. I was like, what scores more? I didn't even ask him like that. I was like, what do you prefer? Like, what's cooler? And he's like, technically feeble's a trick. And I was like, all right. But I did the 50 anyway because I was like, no, like I want to be different at least, even if like it's not worth as much. Right. Just show that like I'm doing something else. Totally. And at the end, I was like, all right, let me do the feeble. And of course, that's the trick I bail because like I didn't like. I was just like, whatever. I slept on it. Dude, my heart wasn't in it, honestly. Yeah, and once I like popped my board, I was like, well. But luckily,
you could already feel it when you popped.
Yeah. I just like the speed wasn't there, the pop, the desire. I don't know.
Right, everything.
But that's something I'm working on too. It's like, fuck it, if you got to do it, do it. Like, play the game.
Play the game.
But every contest, I learned something new.
Yeah.
But I did get to change it up, so that was dope. If I would have landed it, that would have been dope. Yeah. There's only like, I want to say 5 seconds on the clock anyway, so I only had that time to do that trick.
And so then after those 2 runs, is it then you go into the single tricks?
Yeah, you get 5 attempts.
And what happened with that?
Okay, I played it safe. I played it safe, but like I knew what I had to do. Yeah. And like for me, those are the moments where it's like, cause skating is like either you have the trick or you bail. That's just how skating is. Yeah. Even if it's like your favorite trick in the world, you can bail.
There's do or do not. There is no try.
And I get caught up in the moment of like, if I'm trying something cool, I just want to keep trying it until like I get it. Yeah. Just because it's like, that's for me, not for anyone else. And that's not the time or place for that. So I remember I
mean, some of those, that's like the most epic parts of skate videos sometimes too, is when somebody's just like has to try something 20 times and they fucking finally land it. Battle. Yeah. You're like,
I haven't found anything that makes me have that same reaction or like
of when you finally land something that you've just been obsessing over.
Yeah. And that's like an extreme place to do it, like that stage. Yeah. So I was happy it worked out. I just remember like I think I bailed like my front tail down the thing and I was like, all right, don't even think about it. But I knew that's what I wanted to do because no one was really touching that obstacle. And like, I was thinking like a chess game, you know, trying to get ahead. And so I got that, and that's what set the momentum for the other tricks. Like I did backflip on this like long rail. Yeah. It's like, you know, you ollie over and you're just chilling. But that was the longest rail I've ever done it on. And I didn't even try. I'm learning not to like get worked in practice so that my body could be fresh.
Right. So that you still have some energy left.
So I didn't even try that trick the day before. I just tried it that day at practice a couple times just to like rip the Band-Aid off and then let adrenaline do its thing. Yeah. So once I got that one, I was like, whew, just so relieved. Like, okay, we did it. Yeah. I honestly can't remember my third trick or get 5 attempts. Yeah, I don't know what the other one was.
At that point, you're just like in the clouds. Yeah.
Yeah, like looking up at the scoreboard.
Yeah,
and like, you're hugging everybody. Just trying to keep the love and the hype there.
What's it like when they announce? Like, how does it feel when they announce you as the winner?
Crazy, because like I blew my one attempt on the stairs because I didn't even ollie the stairs until contest day. Like, not even in practice. It was like in that moment I decided like, oh shit, I have 2 more tries. Yeah. Like, I haven't hit the big section yet. Like, we got to do it. So the rolling was so steep and kind of like sketchy. You couldn't get speed, so you had to like sprint down it. And like I couldn't figure that out. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna put my foot against it, like, and sprint off. Yeah. Messed up my first one. So we went to commercial break, and I was like, okay, ollie, ollie, ollie. And then when the time came, I just threw the front 180, and like, even when I stuck it, like Felipe, shout out Felipe.
Shout out Felipe.
Dude, he's the best. Him, Manny, Pete Eldridge, shout out Pete. They like came up to me, they're like, dude, do the just do the front 180. If you do it, you got this. You got this. You got this. And I was like, all right. I just
hucked it and just,
dude, like because even my first attempt, I stuck it, but I didn't roll away. Yeah. It was a big gap and like a lot of impact. And when I stuck it the second time, I was like, wait, am I standing? And then I knew I was standing. I was like, oh shit. Like, wild. I still didn't, like, I had the biggest smile on my face, but who likes that dude that's like, yeah, I won, like ripping his fucking shirt off.
So you're like trying to be humble about it still.
I was just like, well, that, and it's like, someone can easily do something just as cool, and now you look dumb because you thought you won. So I was like,
it's like you got to manage your expectations, like high hopes, or like what is it? High hopes and low expectations.
No,
like wait,
dude, absolutely.
Act like you've been here before.
Especially when you have 3 of your homies that still need to go, and they're like just as sick. Rippers, like, dude, they like fucking kill it, and they're technical, and they huck, and they like do everything. So it's like, all right. I did what I had to do. At that point, it was more of a breath of fresh air. It was like, okay,
weight off your shoulders. You're done. Now it's up to fate type of thing. Yeah.
Whatever happens.
So you're on the podium and like, man, what is that? How is it?
Dude, it's crazy. Yeah. I still can't like
wrap your head around it.
Yeah, because like when you get to like put the trophy up for the photos, it's like,
what does it mean for the rest of the tour?
Well, we're in the Super Crown, and then there's that. So eventually, hopefully, they put us in all the stops. Yeah. But for now, I just get to like train, skate, be healthy, work on it for the next Super Crown.
Hell yeah.
And that's like the big stage.
Yeah.
So I mean.
And then the ultimate goal is like skateboarding is going to be in the Olympics, yeah?
Yeah.
And you want to go represent the States?
I would love to represent the States, but also I feel like my roots and my family, like my whole family's from Puerto Rico.
Oh, you might be on Team Puerto Rico?
I would love to bring home the medal for that. What? That'd be sick. It's just like, that's my flag. Yeah, when I think of where I'm from, like Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Puerto Rico is technically American, not a state, but it's like you guys, like that's an American citizen, right?
No, yeah.
But you guys, but Puerto Rico got its own Olympic team?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
Soccer team and everything. It's just different, like. I love America, everything, but like
right now, on a world stage, it might be better to represent Puerto Rico the way things are going in this country. We're not looking so hot.
Man. I got a lot of comments in London about.
You gotta tell people you're Canadian right now when you travel internationally.
Isn't that kind of crazy though? That's what opened my eyes to like really that even like just people not like.
I know.
It just got comments.
It's wild.
And I was like, okay, we're not looking so hot.
Well, shit, Jen. I think we did it. We went way over how long we were supposed to go because you didn't get shy. You opened up and it was very good. And I appreciate your time, man.
No, yeah.
Hey, I'm looking forward to watching your development. I got to meet you at a very young point in your career. And I know that we're going to keep running into each other throughout your career. And I'm excited to watch your progression. I think you got a lot of happy days in front of you and bright times in front of you. So
one trick at a time.
Exactly. Hey, every time you achieve a goal, make a bigger goal. You know what I'm saying? We're excited to watch you progress and we're stoked.
Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely. Tell the people where they can find you online.
Instagram, YouTube.
Right. What's your
Snapchat.
Instagram?
Jenn Soto. Just Jenn Soto.
JENNSOTO.
2 N's. SOTO.
Yeah. On Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. Bang bang.
Building it up right now. The Instagram's most popping right now. This is fun.
And when you get that deck, everybody gotta go buy one. Go buy that Jenn Soto deck.
Yeah.
It's gonna be soon. Hey, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. This was You Feel Me. Thanks for tuning in to You Feel Me. If you want to hear more, go to skullcandy.com/music. Want a pair of headphones like the ones we used for today's episode? As a special thanks to our listeners, we're giving you 30% off your next Skullcandy order with the promo code MUSICYOUCANFEEL. That's MUSICYOUCANFEEL. Subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app now to stay up to date on our latest episodes.